Assalamu alaikum students, welcome to Air Foundation School System. This is class 9 and this is your physics class. Today our main topic is torque or moment of force. Before going to our topic, we first discuss about some terminologies. Those are rigid body and axis of rotation. And what is rigid body? Rigid body is actually a body composed of large number of particles in such a way that the distance between the pair of particles does not change by applying a force. Actually, it is the body which cannot be deformed, which cannot be reshaped by applying a force. So a rigid body has a large number of particles and an external force does not displaces the particles from their position. An applied force does not displaces these particles from their position. So this body is called a rigid body. For example, we have a chair in our classroom, we have a whiteboard, we have a duster, we have this pencil. These all are rigid bodies. So next we discuss about axis of rotation. Actually, axis of rotation, for example, a rigid body rotating about a line such that all the particles of the body move in a circle, all lying on this line. This line is called the axis of rotation. Actually, it is the line along which a body moves in a circle and all the particles of the body lying on this point at the center of this circle. So this line is called axis of rotation. For example, a rigid body rotating about a line and all the particles of the rigid body lying on this line during rotation in the center of the circle. So this is called the axis of rotation. Next we go to our main topic, that is torque or moment of the force. Actually, the torque is the turning effect of the force. The turning effect produced due to applying a force is called torque or moment of the force. The second name of torque is the moment of the force. Actually, it is the rotation produced in a body due to a force is called torque, or the turning effect of a force is called torque. Next, we discuss about torque is equals to the force F multiplied by the moment arm L, where the F is the applied force and L is the moment arm. We discuss about moment arm later in our lecture. And actually, the torque is a vector quantity and its direction can be found by the right hand rule. And the unit of the torque is as in formula. We can see that F is the force and its unit is Newton, and L is the moment arm. Actually, it is the length and its unit is meter. So the SI unit of torque is Newton meter. Torque dependence, discuss about dependence of the torque. Torque depends upon the two factors. From formula we can see these two factors, that is the moment on L and the action of the force, line of action of the force, or the magnitude of the force. So torque depends upon these two factors, force F, the magnitude of the force F, the line of action of the force F, and the second thing is the moment arm. Moment arm, what is the relation between the torque and the moment arm? So they are directly proportional to each other. So longer is the moment arm, greater is the torque of the body. If a body has a longer moment arm, then this body produces greater torque. And similarly, the line of action of force is also directly proportional to the torque. So greater is the force, greater will be the torque. And next we discuss about the moment arm and the line of action of force. What are these two things? So line of action of force, actually it is the line along which a force acts. It is the line, it is the direction of the force. Actually, the line of action of the force is the direction of the force. In this diagram you can see that this body rotate in this circle in this way. This body rotate in this circle in this way such that the force F applied on this body, then this body rotate in this circle, and this force, the direction of this force F is the line of action of the force. And the moment arm is the perpendicular distance between the line of action of the force and the axis of rotation. This is the line along which the body moves, and this is actually the center of this circle in which a body is rotating. So this is the axis of the rotation, and this is the line of action of the force, and the perpendicular distance between the line of action of the force and the axis of rotation is called the moment arm, and the line of action of the force is actually the direction of the force. The direction along with the force Fx is called the line of action of the force. Here you can see that the line BC, here we have C, and the line BC represents the line of action of the force. So this is the line of action of the force. Actually it is the direction along which a force F, the line along which a force X is called the line of action of the force. It is simple. And next, the moment arm, I told you that it is the perpendicular distance between two things, the axis of rotation and the line of action of force. So this distance from the center of the circle to the line of the action of the force is called the moment arm. This body rotates in this circle in such a way. So the distance between the axis of rotation and the line of action of force is called the moment arm. And in previously we discussed about longer is the moment arm, greater is the torque. So in this example you can see that if we have a longer spanner, so we can produce more torque in this the help of this spanner, and we feel easy to lose this net with the help of a longer spanner. And if we have a shorter spanner, we feel it difficult and we produce smaller torque by applying a force. Similarly, if we apply a greater force, greater torque produce, and if we apply a smaller force, smaller torque will produce. So this is all about torque. And next we discuss about moments. We have to open our net, or we want to tighten our net, and discuss about clockwise movement and anti-clockwise movement. Actually, when a force turns a spanner in clockwise direction, we applying a force on a spanner in a clockwise direction to tighten our net. If we want to tighten our net, we apply a force on spanner in the clockwise direction. So then the torque produced is called the clockwise movement, and the clockwise movement is used to tighten our net. Clockwise movement is used to tighten our net, and if we apply a force in clockwise direction, so it means we are going to tighten our net, and the torque produced is called clockwise movement. Similarly, if we want to loosen a net, we apply the force in anti-clockwise direction, and in this way the torque produced in the body is called anti-clockwise movement or the anti-clockwise torque. Next we move towards the principle of moments. It is very simple. A body is said to be balanced. Principle of moment says that a body is said to be balanced when these two moments are equal. When the clockwise movement is equals to the anti-clockwise movement. Principle of moment says that a body is said to be balanced, and it is simple. It is general observation. When a body is said to be balanced, when clockwise movements is equals to anti-clockwise movements. It means that when the force applying in clockwise direction is equals to the force applying in anti-clockwise direction, then body is said to be balanced, and this principle is called as principle of moments. Next we move our next topic, and that is center of mass and the center of gravity. What is the difference between these two? What is the center of mass and what is the center of gravity? These two are different terms. We can't take them similar. The point in a body where an applied force causes the body to move without rotation. When we applying a force in this diagram, you can see that in this diagram, when we applying a force on A, then this body rotate in this direction, and if we applying a force in B, then this body rotates in this direction. If we applying a force at here, then this body also rotate. If we applying a force here, then this body also rotate. But in between A to B, there is a point. When we apply a force on this point, this body does not rotate, but this body move in the direction of the force without any rotation. So such a point is called the center of mass of the body. So we can define the center of mass of a body: a point in a body where an applied force causes the body to move without any rotation is called the center of mass of the body. Very simple. A point in a body where an applied force causes the body to move without any rotation. So this is all about center of mass. In this figure you can see that when we are applying a force on this point, then this body move in the direction of the force, but if we change the line of action of the force, then this body will rotate. So those points are not the center of mass. Center of mass is only one point in a body where an applied force causes the body to move without any rotation. Now what is the center of gravity? It is related with the weight of the body. It is the point in the body where the whole weight of the body appears to act vertically downwards. In all bodies there must be a point where the whole weight of the body appears to act. So such a point in a body where the whole weights of the body appears to act is called the center of gravity of the body, and it is equals to the weight of the body. W is equals to mg. Very simple. Now we see some examples of center of mass of some geometrical shapes. For example, we have a uniform rod. It is the center of mass lies in the center of the rod. So we have a round plate, and then its center of uniform. These all bodies are uniform. It means that their geometrical shape is such that their whole weight is equally divided. So these bodies are uniform. Then their center of mass lies at the center of this plate. If we have a cylindrical shape, then its center of mass lies in the central point of the axis. And if we have a triangle, then its center of mass lies at the central point of intersection of its median. If we have a rectangle or a rectangle or a square, then its center of mass lies at the point of intersection of its diagonal. So this table is very important, and questions from this table mostly occur in exams. If you have any problem regarding this lecture, you can ask me in comment section. Thank you so much.